Jarrett Roser here today with Jyaire Brown, who's already smiling. Jyaire just announced last night that after starting your high school career at Warren Easton here in New Orleans, or in New Orleans, where you lived the bulk of your life thus far, that you are heading back home to Ohio, where you were born, and going to be finishing high school at Lakota West, and then obviously, not that long ago, you committed to Ohio State, and we're going to talk about all those things and just kind of outlook as you start at Lakota West, as well as kind of looking forward to the future in a
Uh,
couple years at the Buckeyes. But first off, man, how you been doing? It's been a weird 2020. I haven't seen you since like the week
uh,
before everything shut down from
yeah,
COVID. How are things treating you?
man, good. Just been staying in shape, working out, staying up.
What does that process look like? Even, I mean, when you were down here before moving back up to Ohio 4 or 5 weeks ago, you were getting in as much work as you could under the really kind of tight circumstances. What
Uh,
is your just routine and your ability to get some of that work in look like? I mean, it's been kind of a weird challenge for everybody. What have you been able to do?
right. I just been since when it first happened. So like the first week or two, I was just focusing on field work. Just different DB drills, just perfecting my craft. But I just started going on progression. I started getting in the weight room, lifting weights, and balancing both of us with field work and lifting weights.
Tell me some, I guess, about the move back to Ohio. I got a text last night after you announced what school you were going to be going to that was confused about what's the Ohio tie here? And I was like, well, it's like he's from Ohio. Like he was.
Uh-huh.
Some people still don't realize that you were born there, uh, and obviously you moved to New Orleans pretty early on, but you have some early memories and a whole bunch of family up there. Just kind of talk about that background and the move back up there to.
Yeah. It was a kind of easy move because, like you said, like you mentioned, I have family. I was born here. I'm born here. Lived here till I was about 4 years old. Moved to Louisiana, but all my oldest brothers, my oldest sisters, aunties, cousins, and all like my immediate family still lives here in Cincinnati. And I moved to Louisiana with my dad and my stepmom and all her family out there. So it was kind of an easy move, just knowing I had family out here and it was a more comfortable environment.
Yeah, it's like the reverse of what we hear about a lot of guys like Grant Delpit and folks that started in New Orleans and then moved away like post Katrina and stuff like that to Houston or Atlanta, or I mean in some cases
Mm-hmm.
as far as California. You kind of moved down here and now you're heading back
Right.
home. What's the excitement been like for your family that's been up there that has only had a chance to see you a little bit here and there, and now knows that they're going to get a chance to see you a whole
Right.
heck of a lot more?
My family here. I don't probably my brother, just my oldest brother only seen me play, but other than that, no family has ever seen me actually play. They've probably seen clips or highlights. So that's gonna be like a good feeling knowing that they can come to every game. Just being there in the stand supporting me.
Yeah, what's that going to look like after years of not getting a chance to see you play, and now the new guy shows up to school, and you're probably going to have a big old section there cheering for you and catching everybody's attention right off the
Uh,
bat from season
it's,
opener.
it's gonna be a good feeling, like I said, just them being me knowing that they're in the stands, they're watching, they can finally see me play. So that's gonna be a good feeling.
Your time in New Orleans, as much as it's easy and exciting to transition back to Ohio and see all that family, I know, I mean, you had an incredibly meaningful time down here and made a lot of tight relationships. When you announced that you were going to be leaving Warren Easton, you kind of spoke to that a little bit about what it's meant and what everyone has meant. What
Mm-hmm.
are you going to remember most about the past, I guess, 10, 11, 12 years and your time down here and the folks you had a chance to spend so much time with?
On the football side, on the athletic side, man, it's just the competition. The competition was through the roof. I always had good competition, so I never forget that. And just forming the new bonds with different friends, especially at Warren Easton and other schools. Just staying close with them, even just a call away or a text away from them.
What have some of those conversations been like? I mean, you've got guys that were moving on to college anyway, like Berga and Ashad, and guys like Casey that you would have been playing with this year. There's such a good fraternity from year to year, graduating class over to graduating class, coming through Easton. What's been kind of the message from Coach Phillips and all those guys in terms of staying in touch? And
man, I talked to Coach Phillips yesterday, and he was just like, I texted him, I was like thank you for everything you did for me. He just let me know, like, you saying that like I'm going somewhere. Like, he just let me know that he's gonna be there for me and wish me the best of luck.
A lot of guys, when they go from Louisiana to another state, whether it be to finish out high school, like we've had some guys do, or even for college level, they talk a lot about bringing a certain Louisiana swagger and vibe and energy, which you, again, you were born in Ohio, but you carry a lot of that same sort of vibe of the city down here, because it was big for you through a lot of formative years. What's that look like for you in terms of kind of carrying some Louisiana along with you to Ohio?
That swag not gonna go no. I'm gonna still have that Louisiana swag, so I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up north. See how they, see how they take it.
I know I'm upset because I was just starting to try and really expand your Hollywood Brown nickname. I'm going on radio left and right, telling everyone Jyaire Brown, but I'm like second reference, I'm starting to just call you Hollywood Brown. For folks up there that are getting excited for whether it be the next couple years of Lakota West or ultimately Ohio State, what do you kind of describe that you're bringing to them as, I mean, you mentioned some of the swag, but just as a football player and as a young guy that's coming to be a part of those communities?
Right. One, that swag, and always doing off the field, doing the right thing, head in the books, trying to help out the community. Like me and Tegra, we actually starting training sessions. I don't know if a lot of people heard about it, but we started training sessions for the kids, and it's gonna be free. So we're just gonna try to give them our knowledge of the game that we have and that we still learning, and give that back to the youth, like how others did with us when we were coming up.
That's awesome, man. Where should folks interested in learning more about that or getting in touch with y'all, how would you kind of advise them to link up to get their kids with y'all?
I actually put my number out on Twitter. I put my number under the thread, and I put Tegra number, so if they have any questions, they can just call or text. We're gonna respond to them.
Good deal.
Yeah.
For the commitment to Ohio State, I guess a month or a couple months ago now, talk about that a little bit, about just what the recruiting process had looked like for you and what stood out about Ohio State that led that to be the landing spot for that commitment announcement.
My decision with Ohio State, man, when they first offered me, Coach Coombs, man, his great history and his vibe, energy just jumped off the rip, and that was already my dream school because, like I said, family already up here, dreamed of playing in front of family all the time. And Coach Coombs, his relationship with me just grew and keeps still growing to this day. And it's just like that's it. You feel it.
Did that offer, the moment it came, did that stand out and you kind of knew that one was sort of the one to beat or the leader in the clubhouse sort of thing,
right?
Because of that background?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I know LSU was a really exciting one as well. Yeah. And you saw a lot of LSU through the years and very familiar with that program. DBU, right. Close with Derek Stingley Jr. and some guys that have gone through or are now at LSU. Do you still hear much from LSU or any of the other programs, Mississippi State, other teams that have been kind of really involved with you, or has it been a pretty clear, it's Ohio State and they've kind of backed off?
Not much of LSU, but I talk to Lil Stink all the time. We talk, anytime he call, I call, we just chop it up. But other schools, yeah, Mississippi State still in touch. Texas, schools, really almost Tennessee, like a lot of schools still stay in touch with them. So,
what has some of that relationship looked like with you and Sting, or really you and a lot of the other DBs that you've come up alongside or right behind? I mean, Jordan Clark reached out on Twitter last night. You're coming behind Chester Kimbrough and Dylan and Smalls and all those guys in the secondary at Warren Easton. And just there's such a good part of why LSU gets that DBU moniker is because there's so many great defensive backs that come up and train with former great defensive backs in Louisiana. And you've got a lot of ties with Coach Ryan Clark with the Bootleggers, and then all these younger guys that you've worked alongside. Just kind of speak a little bit to that if you can, and some of those relationships.
Man, this this still growing. It's just been, especially being around Ryan Clark, that's just been a blessing because you don't come across a guy like him a lot. He's a cool coach, cool guy. Jordan and Lil Stain, I kind of look up to both of them because they basically like set the pathway for younger DBs and just younger men, and they're just great young men to follow after.
Yeah, I think saying that not many come along like Ryan is an understatement sometimes. Jordan was or you and Jordan were, I guess, messing with each other a little bit. He said that things just got a lot tougher for wide receivers in Ohio, and you mentioned that you're going to be playing some wide receiver. What is the outlook in terms of that? You're going to be playing a lot both ways. What are some of those conversations?
Y'all gonna see a lot of both ways this year, especially at receiver.
So y'all have talked a lot about that, and know that it's not going to be like a gimmicky here and there thing. You're going to be playing a lot of offense.
Yeah.
What is the excitement level like for that? What's that look like for you on offense?
It's gonna be exciting. My freshman year, I kind of played a little bit of receiver, so just getting back with that, just trying to perfect my cornerback skills and just adding that to my arsenal, just being an athlete.
What's the outlook for you guys, I guess, heading into this offseason? The Louisiana high schools were able to just kind of get back to some things this week, but because we're still kind of going through phases of returning from everything being shut down, it's kind of a weird look. What's that look like for you guys in Ohio? What's kind of the timeline of expectations for you with the new school?
It's been kind of up and rolling a little bit, but they from hearing when we going over coverages, we're kind of spaced out. Like if you're not in, you're spaced out. Just being cautious of that, but we're getting it rolling though.
Pretty excited, clearly.
Yeah.
Good deal, man. Any other kind of last messages to the folks of Ohio that are going to get a chance to see you more than they have, or the folks from Louisiana that are going to miss you for the next few years?
Nah.
You think we covered it?
Yeah.
Good deal, man. Well, it's always a pleasure. Much love to you, and looking forward to seeing some of the highlights of Hollywood Brown in Ohio.
Yes, sir.
There you go. He's Jyaire Hollywood Brown, now former Warren Easton standout, about to be Lakota West standout, and ultimately committed to Ohio State for his college football years. Thanks again, man.
No problem.